Hey y'all, welcome back to Daydream Manor Flower Farm. I'm Dawn, I live in South Louisiana. Today's video, I'm going to show y'all what the aftermath of the tunnel looks like after a big event. Hey y'all, welcome into the high tunnel this morning. Y'all, it's actually a nice day today. We're supposed to have low humidity this weekend, so guess who's taking advantage of it? Me. We don't get that very often, so I am definitely going to take advantage of it today. All right, let's get caught up on a few things. All right. This past week, y'all, first off, I had to go get shots again in my hands. I'm at that 3-month mark, so I did another round of shots. Sweet baby Jesus. Y'all, I really think I levitated off of the chair when he was putting the shot in this thumb. So if you're new here, I have arthritis in both of my hands. It started last year and it's just gotten progressively worse. It's in the thumb area and it's a pain in the ass. I don't know how else to say it. We started talking about surgery options, but here's the deal. We started talking about it after he had given me the shots. I don't know what he said. I have no clue what he said. For whatever reason, these hurt so much worse than the first round did. Yeah, I was not in a good headspace. I actually got in my car and cried. Then I cried when I got home. And then I had to work. And I got on a call. I was of no use to anyone. Note to self, if I do that again, I have to take the day off. But they just hurt all day. The next morning, they was better. But at the injection sites, they just hurt. So, I go back in 3 months. He said I could do shots like every 3 months. Yeah, I don't think that's where I'm leaning. I think I am going to look at the surgery. There's 2 different types of surgeries that I could kind of understand what he was telling me. And y'all, look, I just was not... I should have asked him before I had the shots. But anyway, when I go back, I'm going to bring either Mr. Daydream with me if he can get off, or my best friend who is a nurse. I'm going to have her come with me because I'm going to have to make a decision. I don't want to keep doing the shots every 3 months. I need to have a better approach. I need to have a long-term quality of life versus just this quick fix. So, and truthfully, after about 3-4 weeks, the shots start wearing off anyway, and they're back to hurting. So, we'll see. I did understand one is like a 3-month healing process. I don't know. Y'all, let me not lie, because I don't know. I don't even know what he was saying. I heard the words. I couldn't comprehend them. So, anyway, the other thing, so dance recital bouquets, thank you for everyone who watched that. And thank you for saying about Jesse and his boat, y'all. He was just so tickled. So it went extremely well. It was a very long day. And it wasn't really that bad. Let me be clear. We did go, we were at the venue for like 11. We just brought them all in our big tubs. And there was a pickup at 11:30. And then so they started dancing at noon, and then the second show, they started dancing at 5, so pickup was 4:30. Now, here's what we did learn. We should have said those 5 o'clock bouquets need to be picked up for 4:30. We only had 2 or 3 that had not by 5 o'clock. Which it was fine because Karen stayed because her granddaughters were dancing. So, and then the lady who was like the check-in table and that, she let us leave the 2 bouquets there. She knew everybody who was coming in and out, so she knew who they were for. And she was a big help. So I left to come home. It was nice because we were in an air-conditioned building, so that was fine. But y'all, we could have sold so many more bouquets once we got there. So Karen and I at the last minute, Friday afternoon, I harvested anything that I had left. Anything that had color on it, I harvested. I just took them. And I brought them Saturday morning. We put them in, we made up, several more bouquets, and we brought a bucket of flowers. We sold every stem. We sold all of the extras. We sold the extras that we had already made up. We had some flowers left, so we were able to do like 2 different sizes of bouquets. Sold those. If we would have had 2 more buckets of flowers, we probably would have sold those too. But literally, we didn't have any flowers left. I mean, I had cut everything that had a tinge of color. Samantha had cut, Karen had cut. We did not want to go to the wholesaler because our goal was to keep our pricing down. Now, we did buy the fern leaf from the wholesaler just to give it a background on it. Yeah, we didn't need it. After we put them together, we didn't need it, so we're not doing that. We actually did buy some wax flower because we thought we wanted a little bit of whimsy in it. Didn't need that either because we had mountain mint. Karen had some Dara that we used. We didn't need that. So those were two things we did not need. We would have been fine without them. In fact, you really couldn't even disseminate them out of the bouquet. So that was that. I've got to go by Hobby Lobby because I am going to go check on that Arrive Alive because I'm telling y'all, that stuff looks just like the upholstery foam that Joann's had. Now our Joann's is closing, but I think they also have it at Hobby Lobby. I'm about to experiment with that because that stuff is crazy ridiculous. So we'll see about that. But y'all, the tunnel is a hot mess. So here's what's got to happen this weekend. All right, let me show y'all. Let me flip y'all around a little bit. Hang on. This first row here, this actually has, let me show you. I hope y'all can kind of see it. It has the mums from last year. If you remember, I just kind of transplanted them over there to see how they do, and they're fine. I'm going to cut them back. I'm going to take some cuttings. I'm going to try to propagate. It's got a little bit of campanula left. I'm about to pull that up, but I had already emptied this bed. That's the bed that had all the ranunculus in it, and y'all, the weeds are just taking over again. So I'm going to get that cleaned up, lay the black, and I'm going to amend it. I'm going to use some cow manure in it. And I'm going to lay the black back down, and I'm going to go ahead and plant something out. I haven't decided yet. I don't know what I want to do. I've already got some zinnias going, some marigolds, so I don't know. I'm going to decide. The second bed, let me move you again. The second bed here has some zinnias. It's got some basil. It's got a few things in it that I planted a couple of months ago. The zinnias are finally starting to come in, but it also has the lilies down there that got chomped, so I am going to cut those back. I put a few dahlia tubers at the very end of this row, and look, let me tell you what happened. So my dahlia tubers were just terrible last year, and I noticed in my compost heap they were growing, so I went and dug them out of the compost heap and went and put them down there. So we'll see what's going to happen there. Who knows, may or may not happen. So this row just needs a little tidying up, but it's going to be fine. I think I'm going to yank up all of those. I'm going to cut back all of the lilies, get those bulbs pulled up, replace that, finish that out. All right, next bed. Hang on. All right, so this is bed 3. Y'all, this campanula has just not quit. Has not quit. But look at all, I've got so many weeds coming up. I've got to get it weeded. I'm going to go ahead and cut it down. I'm going to pull out the plants that look funky. I'm going to leave some in because I want to see how they do. Snaps are done. They're done. I mean, I have a little bit of color left, but y'all, not enough to even deal with. So I need to get the snaps pulled up, and so that's going to leave the rest of this bed empty. Now, let me show y'all the other piece. Hang on. All right, this is the Lisianthus bed. Let me tell you what happened. What had happened was, so I had cut all of this for the dance recital. So we used some of what was there. Y'all, of course they bloomed the next day because that's what happens. But if you remember, I decided at the last minute I was going to pinch half of these. And so without really thinking it through, because it's what I do sometimes, how I planted them out in sections meant I needed to pinch the outer space. I don't know why I did that. Please do not ask me, because I should have pinched half sections going this way. I did not do that. So then I did not net them. And last year, y'all, I said, I've got to net them. This year, I did not net them. And we have had some of the worst winds this year that we have ever had out here. And if you notice now, look, you see how they're laid down? And part of that is that they're top heavy as well. But here's the thing. I'm not beating myself up about this right now because Next week we have the Wildflower Festival, and so all of our flower farmers, we get together. We did this last year. We do a bouquet bar. We make bouquets. We sell them. And last year all I brought was Lysianthus, and I sold every stem. So I'm about to cut everything that has color on it, and get those treated and in the cooler. They will be fine. Lysianthus will last 2 to 3 weeks in the cooler, y'all. They are just a workhorse. And I'm going to get all of these cut, and then I'm going to go ahead and net these others that are still here. Plus, I've got to clean out all of the freaking weeds. Y'all, the weeds are horrible this year. So that's what's got to happen on here. But all of the colors are blooming. I have this peachy pink, a darker pink, that Roseanne brown, the deep purple, and the white. At the very end of this row, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, I had a handful of snaps, plugs that I just couldn't fit into the second row, so I'm going to yank those up. So I'm just trying to get some of that done today, this weekend. I want to get it cleaned up. Next weekend is really busy. We have the Wildflower Festival, and it's my day to work at the boutique. So this is the weekend I've got to get it done. But y'all, if I could share some advice with you. Just let me go back to the dance recital bouquets. Every year I've done those. Not at the scale we did them this year. No. I mean, I do. People would call. I'd make one. They'd come pick up. Not like that. I will tell you, we now have a good process in place. We know what we can do. We know how many we can make. We know how long it's going to take us. It was fun. It was fun, and I do think that was a great way for us to get a boost of income. We know now how we can keep our costs down a little bit more. We know what we should have in bloom for next year around that time. The other thing is, I will take the day off. So let me tell you what I mean. So the Friday that we put together, so I harvested Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we put together bouquets. I had already committed prior to that to helping someone take care of some things. They were moving and needed some help. Ooh, love these bugs. They needed some help moving out of the space they were in. I had already committed to that without even thinking about the date. So I was running like up early, finishing up harvesting, making bouquets, going to help somebody move, coming back. It was a lot. Physically, for me, it was a lot. Hindsight, or let me say lessons learned for next year, I will take that full day off. I was already off of work. That was my Friday off. But I will not have anything else planned. Period. The end. Probably the Thursday, if it falls out that that's my Friday off, I'm probably going to take that Thursday off. Just because I need it. I could have harvested all day Thursday, prepped, done some other things, and been a little bit better prepared. So if I can't take off that Thursday because of whatever, I'm going to try to do it at least half a day. That Friday, take the whole day off. Saturday, Sunday, and then I'm going to tell you what, Monday was our holiday, and thank God, because then I had to clean everything up, right? Like there were so many other things going on. So I want to do a little bit better job of the focus in on what do I need to do to take care of me through all of that. Because look, making those bouquets, we stood. Y'all saw the setup. We stood to make those. I mean, it is just continually going, and I want to make sure I'm taking good care of me. So I'm going to do some adjustments in my own schedule. In the midst of all this, Samantha actually broke a tooth. She had to leave to go to the dentist. So it took her out. Like, some things just cannot be helped. And I wish now I would have done a better job at protecting my time and myself. So just a little don't do what I do kind of moment. But all in all, we're looking forward to next year. We're already making plans on color palettes, who's growing how many of what are we going to do? Are we going to branch out to another dance recital company? So good plans. But I've got to get my tail in gear now because I don't have any flower fairies that come and take care of this stuff. So hope y'all have a wonderful week. We will chat again soon. See ya.